and speaker. You're watching this video today because your employer cares enough about you. I'm here to offer and provide you some tips on how to transition back into your workspace. Many of us have been at home for a couple of months now, and the familiarity of staying home and being safe in our homes is what we're used to. And now we're being asked to go back to work. And how is that making you feel? For many of you, that could bring on a lot of fears, anxieties, maybe even anger, worried. Just know that all of those emotions are all normal and all natural. I've been talking to a lot of people about why I believe the world is grieving. And that's because from a grief recovery expert perspective, grief is the conflicting feelings caused by the end of or change in a familiar pattern of behavior. So I get it. We've all been through so many changes. The familiar to us has now become unfamiliar. We've lost so much, and we've all experienced a lot of fear, and we're continuing to experience that fear. I want to encourage you to know, again, that all of that is all normal and natural, and you don't have to stay in that space. Human emotions are meant to be processed and not stay inside of us. And so when we process it, then we're able to feel it and work through it and learn from it, right? So I want to encourage you that if you're one of those employees, if you're one of those people that are feeling the fear and anxiety of going back to work, take a step back and reflect for a moment about where these fears are coming from. Write them down. Write down what your fears are so you know, have more clarity. You have more clarity about where these fears are coming from. And then be honest with yourself and your employer. And together talk about those fears. And come up with a solution. How can you transition back to work safely? Talk about some of the different protocols that your employer is putting in place and how maybe some of it doesn't make you feel comfortable. And then again, offer some solutions about what could make you feel comfortable. It should be a dialogue that's happening between you and your employer. And I'm going to trust that your leaders are going to be able to listen and acknowledge where you're coming from. But I also want you to be encouraged to know that they are definitely putting proper protocols in place and that they have your safety and their safety and your customer's safety as a priority. When we teach the grief recovery method, we teach that there are many things around us that we can't control. Usually it's 99%. So I'm going to encourage you to take 1%, and that 1% is your responsibility to your emotions, to your reactions to that, and then what you're going to do. What are the actions that you're going to take moving forward? Take responsibility for that. If you're still having a difficult time on what it means to transition back to work and you still don't think that you can, I want to invite you to email me and let's have a conversation about what that is and see if I can help you move through that so that you can feel comfortable in transitioning back to work and transitioning back to society. Because at the end of the day, we all want to live, right? We all want to create memories, and we all want to get back to what we call a new normal. And that means being able to connect with others again. So until then, I hope that these tips helped you. And I want to wish you good luck in whatever that means for you in going back into the office. And I want to wish you hope, light, and love.